Chapter 24.
Okay, it's 3:47 in the morning, Marco said. And I'm here, thanks to the fact that my dad is a sound sleeper who doesn't notice when I wake up screaming, because an owl and a hawk have just flown through my window. So now maybe you can tell us all why we're here. Everyone was there in Cassie's barn. Jake looked sleepy, but interested. Cassie was using the time to check on some of the sick animals. Axe just stood to one side, waiting to see what Jake told him to do. Tobias perched on an overhead beam, tired from having flown too much. We were lit by a single small bulb that never even touched the shadows in the corners of the barn. We didn't want to take the chance that Cassie's parents might notice a light on and come to investigate. Yes, I answered Marco. I'll tell you why you're here. I know where the Kandrona is. I know where it is. That got his attention, but he was still skeptical. What makes you think you know where the Kandrona is? The Elemist. He showed us. We all thought it was unfair when he appeared in the Yerk pool and asked us to decide when we were about to be eaten, right?
I told you, Elamists care nothing about fairness,
Axe said. No, you're wrong, Axe. At least this time. The Elemist appeared when we were about to be swallowed by the Taxon, but then he showed us the drop shaft. We saw the drop shaft because it was there, Jake argued. It wasn't about him showing it to us. Are you sure? I asked. He waited till we had walked out of the Yerk lunchroom to appear. He waited till we were standing where we were sure to notice the drop shaft. I saw Jake raise an eyebrow thoughtfully. He and Marco exchanged a look. What if we're wrong about the Elemist being unfair? What if Cassie's instinct is right? That he is telling the truth? That he's trying to do what's right? He tells us that in the future we lose the fight, that the human race is enslaved, that he has a way to save a small number of us by taking us to a safe place. And it's all true. If he's telling us the truth, that we lose in the future, what's this all about? Marco asked. We've seen that future. Nothing we do will matter. I shook my head. No, it will matter. If it didn't matter how we decided, why even bother to ask us what we wanted to do? See? It does matter what we do. Yes, Marco said. But the answer is obvious. We can only change the future by agreeing to the Elemist's plan to take us to a safe planet. Yes, that's one way. He offered us that. But when we finally accepted, he didn't act. He didn't take us instantly away. Why? Why, after we agreed, did he leave us here? Because he wanted a different answer, Cassie said, nodding at me and giving me a wink. That's what's been eating at me. What different answer? Marco said. He's in a trap, Cassie said. The Elemist is trapped. He wants to save Earth, but he can't interfere directly. Supposedly, all he's allowed to do is offer to save a small number of us, but he knows that won't save Earth. It will save a few humans, yes, but when he showed us visions of Earth, he wasn't talking just about humans. He said Earth was a work of art. He wants to find a way to save it. Without interfering directly, I agreed. But what if we just happened to see another way? What if the Elemist showed us the future, trying to convince us to let him take us away, and we just happened to see a way out? What way out? Jake demanded. The Kandrona. He let us see where the Kandrona is, I said. That Yerk pool downtown? That's the key. Why build a Yerk pool downtown? Why level so many buildings to make room for it? Why leave the EGS tower still standing? And why is there a glass dome on the top floors of the EGS? Axe is the one who said it. The Yerk pool is the center of their lives. That Yerk pool? I think it's a shrine. almost a holy place to them. It's where they located the first Kandrona to be placed on planet Earth. Jake snapped his fingers. The EGS tower! That's what's under that dome on the top floors. The Kandrona. That's what the Ellimist wanted us to see. Just the way he let us see the drop shaft we used to escape. He wasn't interfering. Technically. The choice is still ours. Marco laughed out loud. You mean maybe the Ellimist is bending his own rules? So he can say, hey, I didn't interfere. But at the same time, he's putting us where we can figure it out? I can't believe it. The Ellimist is a weasel. He found a loophole. I think I like that guy. But even if you're right about the Kandrona, Rachel, Jake argued, what does it prove? If we destroy it, are we sure it will change the future? Cassie looked at me and smiled. Maybe yes, maybe no, she said. But things are connected in millions of ways. They say a single butterfly beating its wings in China can start a tornado in America.
Yes,
Tobias said.
but how does the butterfly know when to beat its wings?
It doesn't, I said. I guess it beats its wings the best it can and hopes it will all work out. It's a butterfly. It just does what butterflies do. And what do we do, Xena Warrior Princess? Marco asked mockingly, knowing the answer I would give. We kick Yerk butt, I said with a grin.